Hey YouTube, what's going on, and welcome back to Chironis Things. Recently, we took a look at this Trustfire GM23, which is a tiny pistol flashlight from Trustfire. Ended up having a great review out of it and really enjoy this flashlight. And now I got my hands on a bigger brother version of this, which is the GM07. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's get started with the dimensions on this, which I'll throw on the side of the screen. And now let's look at some size comparisons. First off, of course, we'll put it next to the Trustfire GM23 here. And you'll see that it is a bit longer there, okay? But where it really stands out is in how tall it is. So that's top to bottom right there, all right? And you can see in width as well that although they're close, this is a little bit larger here on the GM07. And then additionally, I do have the Olight PL Turbo Valkyrie, which this is a larger pistol light in my opinion. So let's see here. You'll see there on length that Olight is much longer. And then on width, the Olight is larger as well. However, top to bottom, once again, the Trustfire is going to be longer, and only because it's got that laser attached to the bottom. So let's put all three of these next to each other real quick just to see. Here's a very small weapon light here in the GM23. And then I'd say medium size on that GM07, and then a larger pistol style light on that Olight. So there's all three of them next to each other. So I consider the GM07 kind of a medium sized weapon light there. Now, as far as the designs on this GM07, I do really like it. So let's start off with how it actually attaches to the weapon here. So this has my favorite installation process. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with some of these like coin style ones right here, you know, where you press it in, put it on your rail, and then just tighten it up with the coin. I love being able to just do this, being able to pull it out, it loosens it, get it right on your rail, and then clip it right in. Same style that's on this little GM23 here. It's my absolute favorite way to install a light on a handgun, and I think it's, you know, just my preference there. So anyways, so we've got that going on, and then we have two rubber buttons on the back here. Unlike, you know, paddles that you'll see on the Olight, on the Streamlight, stuff like that, this is going with buttons on the side. And honestly, they're great buttons. They stick out a bit, they protrude, they're really easy to click, very responsive click. There's nothing wrong with these buttons here on my nightstick, but I will say they're a bit more difficult to click because they're smaller, a bit more shallow. These are large, stand out, very easy to click. So these are great buttons. Additionally, like we talked about, we do have that laser on the bottom, and you'll see that there is ways to adjust the windage and everything on here, so you can get it zeroed in for, you know, let's say 10 yards, 20 yards, whatever you want it at for that laser for when you're shooting. Additionally, we do have a removable battery here in the front, so if we just twist this counterclockwise, pops right out there, and you'll see we have a 16340 lithium-ion battery, 700 milliamps, 3.7 volts, and you can actually recharge the battery via a USB micro recharger. So that's really cool, especially when a lot of lights nowadays you don't have the ability to remove the battery. Looking at the user interface here, very simple. It doesn't matter if you click it on the left side or the right side. It does the exact same thing either way. Click on both at the same time, same thing. If you click that button, it's turning off, on. If you click it again, it's turning off. If you hold it, that's how you can turn the laser on, or hold it again to turn it off. So if light's on, you could still turn the laser on. Or if light's off, you can turn the laser on. So it really doesn't matter. You can get that laser on, or light off. So holding controls the laser, clicking controls the light. And it's really that simple in the user interface. Now that we took a look at that, let's take a look at those performance numbers. And next up, let's go ahead and take this outside and see what it can do with some beam shots. Alright guys, final thoughts on the Trustfire GM07. I really like this flashlight, of course, especially because I already really like the little Trustfire GM23 here. And this is just a bigger, beefier, better version with a laser on it. You know, obviously that easily removable battery, which USB rechargeable. It's got that little assembly process that I absolutely love here, where it just clips right in. It's got these large, comfortable buttons to click. Really like that. I love being able to control the laser, you know, to adjust it. Really everything about this I like. The only downsides I can say is one is going to be holster options. This is a little bit unique, especially with the laser on the bottom. And then the other thing would just be that because this is a little bit taller, you know, top to bottom with that laser, it might be a little bit weird if you're trying to conceal carry with this. Otherwise, though, this is a great weapon mounted light. I like it a lot, and I definitely think it's something worth checking out. So go ahead and look in my description down below. You'll see a link to order this or just to take a look if you're interested. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great week.